Good morning and welcome to Radio Friends on Wednesday, December the 11th. We're not very far from Christmas. We're in the holiday season, and Doering is with us from Paws Medical and Behavior Center. And the real star, of course, over there with Mar is Connor.
Oh, without a doubt,
look
the
at
real
that.
star.
There's Connor the dog. Okay, and Connor was a rescue dog. We've shared that story before on here. And he's now as sociable as can be.
Yes, has his own Christmas stocking and everything. Yes, he loves the holidays.
But Mar, you specialize in behavioral problems with dogs. But this is the time of the year when we really need to pay special attention to our dogs and cats, whatever pets we have, the holidays, because they can get into some things that can really be dangerous.
They really can. Just like people, there's a lot of people that like routine. Dogs and cats really like routine, and all of a sudden you're bringing a lot of things in. Those things you don't want to stop, and really you have to prepare and think about your pets. For example, I now have 9 doggies because we adopted another one. So when I put up the Christmas tree, I want to be aware of where those ornaments are going to be. I like to elevate the Christmas tree, and I like to put a little fence around the Christmas tree so they don't even get any of the
you put a fence around the Christmas tree?
Just a little cute Christmassy fence, I sure do.
And that will keep the dogs out?
Well, it does, because I also raise it up a little bit. I put it on a trunk, so I don't get the biggest Christmas tree, but it's very cute. But you've got to be thinking, because if any of those ornaments were to break, or they grabbed them and broke them, that would be dangerous.
There's little pieces of glass of the ornament.
Absolutely. And the hangers, which are usually metal, those are scary. And what people also don't think about all the time is a linear foreign body is very scary. And what that means is just a little string or yarn that you hang on the tree, or you make a bow and they chew it up, and therefore it can get stuck in the intestinal tract. And if you're tying bows and you're making gift wrapping, you can really have some dangers there. So you just want to be prepared. I have a lot of help when I'm doing the gift wrapping and when I'm doing the Christmas, putting the Christmas tree together. But I want to make sure that when I have that help, I keep everything covered until I go to get it. So it takes a little extra time and planning, but it's well worth it. Now, for a cat, you might even...
That's a totally different story with the cat.
And for them, you might even want to suspend that tree just a little bit so that you've got it, so that if that cat all of a sudden jumps in that tree, it's not going to tip it over and scare the heck out of them. Also, things that you have in the house, let's say, for example, fruitcake. Often fruitcake has raisins in it. Raisins and grapes can be poisonous to dogs and cats.
I think a lot of people don't realize that, but they are. And the other thing is chocolate.
That's exactly where I was going. So good deal. Yes, chocolate is very, very dangerous and poisonous to dogs and cats, and it's delicious as well.
Yeah.
And people are using it in their cooking, cocoa, all of that. You have to think about.
Yeah, you do. And I'll tell you a story that happened with me with my dog Sparky. Sparky's gone now. He lived to almost 17. But Sparky was a big dog, and he was very smart. He's probably one of the most intelligent dogs that I've ever had. And he's conniving. Our neighbors, when we lived in town, a neighbor had brought us down a pound of homemade chocolate fudge.
Oh, my goodness.
I put it on the table in the dining room. We were going in to open presents, and Sparky always loved to come in and open presents under the tree with us. So I walked into the living room to open presents, and once I realized Sparky's not here with us. Went back into the dining room.
No.
He had gotten on that table. He ate he ate it all.
Oh, my goodness.
This was on Christmas Eve. I immediately called our veterinarian. She said, "Get him in here right now." Took him in, and they put in his eyes to get him to vomit. And he vomited up that, and he was fine.
Right.
But he could have died.
Oh, yes, especially if you didn't know or you delayed, yes.
So what is it in the chocolate that is deadly to dogs?
Dogs and cats don't have a way to transform the ingredients in the chocolate. And so it's similar to having caffeine, high levels of caffeine. So a large breed dog could maybe handle just a little bit more. but the small breed dogs and cats cannot. And even if it's a large breed, you don't want to delay at all, because the symptoms, once they start, could be anything from just acting jittery, going to the bathroom a lot, but it can be seizures and death.
And we were driving into my parents' house that afternoon, so we took him in. She put these drops in his eyes. He vomited up as much as he can. And then she said, as you're driving in today, bring a big basin with you because...
Oh, yeah, he'll continue, yeah.
So that was a story that really was true.
Yes.
So you got to be very, very careful with that.
Very careful. And even when you're making dinner and you think about you've got some bones, chicken bones and ham bones.
Yeah, the bones can get caught in their throat.
Will get caught in their throat and splinter up completely as they're chewing them and cause real problems and impactions. So I've even had a little breed dog that swallowed a giant ham bone. So you don't want to take any chances. You want to take a few extra minutes to make sure everything's safe. And keep in mind, too, behaviorally, not every dog or cat loves to have company. So you don't want to just spring it on them that you've got company. You might want to have a little safe, calm, resting room where they can be and away from the company if they don't like them, or help them to kind of acclimate to company before they come.
Yeah. And you know, keep in mind, the company is visiting you. The dog lives in your house.
Right.
That's the dog's house or the cat's house. So sometimes the company may be a little bit put off by it, but say, hey, you know what? You're visiting my dog and cat. This is their home.
Right.
Here. So you make accommodations for the pet.
Right. And also tell the company, don't make a big deal over them. Don't make a fuss. Ignore them for a little bit. Let the dog or cat come to you if they want to. Don't race towards them. It'll just scare them a little bit or further excite them.
Yeah.
So just give them a few minutes and let them calm down.
All right, Mar, thank you so much for coming by. And Connor, some good advice for the holidays.
Well,
it really is important,
you.
especially if you love your animals and they're part of your family. Take good care of them.
Yes, and have a happy and safe holiday.
All right. For more information, if people want to contact you for anything, what do they do?
They call 573-896-4040, and we would love to help them.
Okay. All Paws Medical and Behavioral Center.
Yes.
Always a pleasure to have you here.
Thank you.
Connor's really a special dog, and he's very blessed to have a mommy and daddy that take care of him like that.
Thank you. We're blessed, too.
His 8 brothers and sisters that live there, too. All right, thank you, Mar. It's a pleasure having you here. Tomorrow's Stage Right production and Southside Philharmonic Orchestra. We'll see you then. Thanks for watching and listening. Bye-bye.